is 5 Minutes with Mary. I am Mary. Thank you for tuning in today. Here are 10 tips for remote job interviews. When applying to jobs that can be done remotely, you'll probably connect with the team by email first. Be as clear and concise as possible. Number 2, don't respond to every email immediately. When a team shows interest in you as a candidate, don't feel pressured into replying to the moment it arrives, especially when it's after hours. How quickly you respond depends on context. If a non-urgent email hits your inbox at 9:45 p.m., wait until the morning to reply. That's being said, if you get an email in the evening about coordinating an interview the next day and time is of the essence, everyone will be grateful if you respond sooner rather than later. Number 3, talk about time zones. When scheduling an interview for a remote work job, never assume anyone is in the same time zone as you. Using the correct terminology and throw in the correct difference from UTC, GMT, or your counterpart's time zone. Don't be afraid to look these details up to make sure you get them right. Keep in mind that daytime saving time affects some locations but not others. Always suggest and confirm times using both your contact's time zone and your own. It eliminates confusion and allows everyone to catch a time conversion error. Number 4, suggest multiple ways to meet. When your potential employer asks your availability for an interview, suggest multiple ways to meet. Offer a phone number, Skype ID, Google Chat, Hangouts name, WhatsApp, any of those that makes sense. The team may already have a preferred method, but when you provide several options, it shows that you are proactive when it comes to accommodating communication. Number 5, the day of the interview. Prepare your space. Your interview for a remote work job will almost certainly be via video call. Take a few minutes to prepare your space. Where will you sit? How close will your face be to the camera? Is there a lot of ambient noise? Turn on your camera so that you can position your chair and frame your face. If you're on a laptop, prop it up a few inches so that you appear head-on rather than on an angle. Check the lighting so you're not backlit. Tidy up the space behind you in order to silence any outside noise. Number 6, check your appearance, camera, and mic. Follow all the same advice you would for a traditional interview in terms of showing up early and dressing appropriately. The good news is that you can stay barefoot if you like. Use a headset or external microphone if you can for remote job interviews. They improve the audio quality of calls by eliminating feedback. A simple in-ear headphone set with a mic on the cord will do. Do not conduct a remote job interview on a smartphone. Your potential colleagues expect you to have the capacity to work from home. They want to know that you have a dedicated workstation. With Zoom, you can start a call to see your interview and run a quick check on how everything looks. If you can't check the quality by yourself, ask a friend to do a quick demo call. It shouldn't take more than a few minutes. Note that if you never use the software or service that you'll be using for the interview, this step is very critical, and you will want to do your test run as early as possible. Number 8. During the interview, you have to prove that you're a good fit for the remote work. In any job interview, candidates talk up their prior accomplishments. For a job where you'll be working from home, you want to highlight experiences you've had working remotely. Ideally, you want to show that you've done it before and have a clear expectation about your ability to do it successfully. If you don't have any formal experience in a remote role, you can still use relevant examples. Did you work from home one day a week in a previous job? Did you write a PhD thesis from your kitchen table? Even teaching or tutoring can be relevant if you created lesson plans or graded papers at home. Think about those experiences and mention them. In groups, mute yourself. Remote teams hold meetings by video. Show that you know the etiquette for virtual meetings is tantamount to having good manners. On group calls, mute yourself when you're not talking. It makes a positive first impression. For one-on-one calls, do not mute your mic unless there's an unexpected background noise, such as a dog barking, someone at your door. In those situations, explain why you're muting. Otherwise, it can come off as odd. Ask questions specific to remote work. These are a few that you can ask. Are there any roles or tasks that require fixed hours? How often does the team communicate? Are there regularly scheduled meetings? Do meeting times rotate? What communication and tools does the team use? Do employees have a budget for home office equipment? How does the organization handle remote onboarding? Is there typically any travel time required? What's the average number of sick days employees take? What does the organization do to keep employees' morale high? What kinds of security strategies are in place for remote workers? Remember to be courteous and genuine. Prepare by researching the organization and what it does. Come up with questions about the day-to-day work and goals of the position. Finally, be certain that working remotely is right for you. Not everyone thrives when they're in control of their work environment. If it's a good fit, then welcome to the club. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for tuning in. Send your questions and comments to askmary101@yahoo.com. Once again, that's askmary101@yahoo.com. See you next time. Take care.